I'm not going to take a lot of time. I'd like to find out what you're going to do about our roads. I mean, they're in deplorable condition. They fall apart faster than they're fixed. Lip service is paid to the problem, but how do you accelerate maintenance on the highway, on the roads here, and how do you pay for it when you do?
The roads are a huge challenge, and actually in the 5th district we have more road miles than any of the other districts, and so I would say that we have more road miles that are in a deplorable condition out here, partly because we don't have the population concentration, and so a lot of our roads fall to essentially the bottom of the priority list. I actually do think that the supervisors have made good progress on the roads. That might be an unpopular opinion, but there are signs springing up all over West County saying your tax dollars at work, and they are working to repave some of the roads that have Fry Road. I mean, gosh, who's had to drive on that? You know, that's one of the worst in West County. I would like to continue those general fund allocations and then also seek additional tax revenues. So, you know, I'm sure that Noreen will be mentioning her Pot for Potholes plan. If we have any extra money left over from, you know, cannabis tax revenue, that's great. Although I do feel that cannabis tax revenue should first be spent on addressing the impacts of the cannabis industry. So looking at, you know, enforcement for people who are not actually coming into compliance with the laws and addressing some of the environmental mitigation that will take place. But I would also say that my community improvement district will actually offer opportunities to work on road maintenance as well. Because I could see a situation wherein the community improvement district actually partners with the county to get some of those roads that have been on the bottom of the priority list to jump up a few notches. So I actually think that by empowering the community to invest in the community, we can actually make some progress on some of the road concerns. And I will say that I received the endorsement of SOS Roads because they felt that I had a pragmatic approach when it comes to road funding with general fund allocation and really just sort of, you know, looking at every possible penny that we can get, whether it's from TOT revenue, whether it's from cannabis tax revenue. So I am proud of that endorsement and look forward to working with them. Because actually, when you look, so we had this, SOS Rose actually held a forum in the primary, and they had this fantastic graph, and it was sort of spending over time, and it showed amount of money we spent on pensions over time, up, you know, amount of money that we received from property taxes over time, up. And then way at the bottom of the graph, amount of money that we spend on roads, and it went down. And you know, and that's even not even taking into account sort of inflation and things like that. They were actually spending less and less money on roads until SOS Roads was formed. And that citizens group worked hard, put up signs, raised awareness on the roads, and I think it was either 2012 or 2014, probably 2012. All of a sudden, the road spending literally went up like a rocket. And so in my mind, it's also just about raising awareness and working with community groups, because, you know, if I'm only one supervisor and I'm only one vote of 5 and I'm asking them for something, it has a lot more weight if I get all of you to show up and complain about the roads and, you know, put pressure on the supervisors. So I actually think that that community organization role, working with community groups like SOS Roads, will actually put pressure on the other 4 supervisors to continue to take action. So thank you for the question.
Some of you may know that during the Great Recession, in order to balance its budget, one of the things the County of Sonoma did was eliminate a lot of road maintenance. They eliminated the chip seal program, and they actually made the decision to allow certain roads to return to gravel, to not maintain them at all. And I was out walking precincts in Bodega Bay today, and I saw some of those roads that were literally returning to gravel. And that is going to cost the county 10 times as much, if not more, to rebuild those roads, to essentially replace them, than if it had just done the regular maintenance. So my friend Ernie Carpenter in the back there will be pleased to hear me say, bring back the chip seal program first. We're not doing it anymore. We need to maintain our investment in the roads that we have and not allow them to get any worse. It's very, very cost effective to do that. And then second of all, Lynda has kindly referenced it, I do have a plan to use new tax revenues from cannabis to help maintain our roads. It's a very viable plan. In addition to the money that the supervisors have already set aside for the next 10 years, we can take some portion of that new additional revenue and expand our maintenance program and actually hurry it up a little bit. To make the improvements that we need to make. Because let's face it, it's costing us all. in terms of time and maintenance of our vehicles. I've lost a couple of tires to bad roads. I have a lot of friends who have gotten in accidents when they've been biking. In fact, the SOS Roads forum that we had, one of the gentlemen had just taken a tumble off his bike and I think broken his arm. It's a serious problem. And it's a tourist problem as well, because we have a lot of bicyclists who like to come here in the spring, summer, and fall. And it's very, very dangerous for those folks on their bikes. And there was a major bicycle accident in a race recently. So not maintaining our roads is not just a matter of it being bumpy when you ride along. It's actually a human health hazard, and we need to get them fixed.